Hello there and welcome back to another edition of Silly Car Showdown. Today, we are taking a look at the Mercedes-Benz CLK GTR. So, last episode we saw the Ford Transit Supervan 3 take a valiant effort to go ahead and top the Elise GT1. It did quite well, a lot better than I was expecting it to do actually. It ended up in third place. However, the Elise GT1 has been on the top of our board for forever, pretty much. It is a god tier car, and quite rightly so, it sits at the top of the leaderboard. There is almost nothing within 3 seconds of it. I believe the FXXK is 2.9 seconds off of the Elise GT1. It's insane. So, I think it's about time we try to beat the Elise GT1, and the only car I can think that has any shot of doing it is this, the Mercedes-Benz AMG CLK GTR. Like the Elise GT1, this is a homologation special of a GT1 road car. Unlike that, the CLK GTR was actually somewhat successful. So, we do have the option of swapping in the racing V12. We won't do that. Instead, we will put twin turbos on the stock engine, because this stock engine can do quite a lot. As usual, per the rules of this series, no Forza aero is allowed. However, you might notice the stock aerodynamics on this car are adjustable, as we've said from before, and the Elise GT1 also had this rule as well. Essentially, if the car comes with aero as stock, we let it run as is. It just doesn't get adjusted or anything like that. So, 305s on the front, 355s on the rear, so pretty decent tyres. They're not actually, I think they're only one width off of the Transit Supervan from last time, and that managed to hold its power down relatively well, and this is actually purpose built for holding down power, so it'd be interesting to see there. Of course, we got the brakes, not going to do anything with the suspension. Weight reduction apparently reduces a hell of a lot of weight in this car, down to 1,970 pounds. No idea what they were feeding this thing, but apparently it weighs a hell of a lot, so there you go. And now we're going to jack up the power, which of course, as you can see now that we're in X-Class, is all free power. I can't quite remember what the Elise was doing before we put the engine in it. I think the engine swapped that. It got a racing V12 in it, from what I remember. Or was it the stock engine? I don't actually remember. It's been a while since the Elise went round, but there you go. Anyways, this is all free power. As I said, we can just keep adding this, and we are absolutely A-OK. 10 acceleration. Put that in. So, what are we looking at? Well, we are looking at 1,371 horsepower, 1,125 foot-pound of torque, 2,038 pounds of weight, a 0 to 60 time of 2.7 seconds, and a top speed of 243 miles per hour. This is going to be quick. The question is it going to be Elise GT1 quick, which is what it needs to be? Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's get to the track. So here we are on track with our CLK GTR, ready to put out 5 laps to see the best time it can possibly set. Of course, this car could do very well, but there's only one thing we want it to do, and that's knock off that Elise GT1 with a 131.226 is the current time for that car. I'm not 100% sure if the CLK is going to be able to do that. In all honesty, I think this car is going to be very quick. I don't know if it will beat the god tier Elise though, I'll be honest. If it's very good, then it should be well within a shout, but I don't know. You know, that car is a god tier car for a reason. The Forza community has been moaning about it for years for a reason, so yeah. That being said though, this could be very quick, and already it seems like it's going to be very, very quick. Yeah, again, I don't have any doubt in my mind that this is probably going to go second on our leaderboard. It's very well within a shot of doing that, but whether it will beat that Elise remains to be seen. It is up on power on the Elise. I'm not too sure about the weight. I think they weigh roughly the same. So, straight line, this should be quicker. Whether it'll... Ooh, it is a good handler. It really is a good handler. It's... Yeah, it's very good. In terms of that, I was a bit confused as to what to do there, but... Ignoring that, yeah. You can just basically put the power down whenever you want. It handles really nicely. It gets turned in really nicely. It's a great car. No denying that. Ooh... A little bit sideways on there, though. So, we're not quite fully secure in sticking our foot down, but we're not too far off. 135, 163 on that first lap. Of course I missed that checkpoint. Fucking like the one time I missed that checkpoint would be on a slightly important mission. In fairness, I did put that checkpoint like that in order to catch me out occasionally, but yeah, no, I should. Ugh. I tell you what, I quite like Silly Car Showdown as a series. I think it's quite fun until it wasn't. But I will say, I'm not going to miss this track. I'm really not going to miss the way this track is. Sometimes it is very unforgiving when it wants to be, especially, you know, a few sections in particular. That section can be a real hassle. Ooh, there we go. I'm trying to remember from earlier, because I said something about the Elise. I'm trying to remember if we did actually swap the Elise's engine. I don't think we did. We did swap it in Forza 7, because the funny thing with the Elise GT1 is every Silly Car Showdown, or two of them, that we've currently done, the Elise has topped the board on both of them. Admittedly, the Forza 7 series was very short, but, you know, that probably would have clung on to the top for quite a while. There wasn't many cars that were, you know, looking to knock off the Elise, because the Elise is such a good car. It is such a good car. It's unreal. And again, this is a damn good car as well. Alright, can we not miss the checkpoint? Can we not miss the corner, actually? That would be even more embarrassing. That first section really is quite nasty. There's a few of those phantom bumps happening as well. We've talked about them several times. We're never quite sure why they're caused. No one's actually ever offered an explanation. Oh my god, the speed through there. The transit was quick, do not get me wrong. The transit was very good in terms of cornering, but this is just on another level to that. I was looking at the speed as we was going around that you know, last bit, and it's insane. Admittedly, straight line speed wise, I don't know, the transit might have this beat, but in terms of sheer cornering speed, this is way quicker than that is. This is insane. Gear ratios could be a little shorter, but oh, don't miss. Ooh. This downhill section really is very nasty in cars that aren't four-wheel drive. Don't get me wrong, in four-wheel drive you can understeer off and hit the wall as well, but coming down, I mean, the entire track is essentially one big adrenaline rush. I broke way too early for that. Yeah, a couple of mistakes on this lap, I'll be honest. Oh, that being said though, this has got to be close. It's done it. It's done it. The question is, how much could it rub its face in, because my god, that was not the quickest lap in the world. Well, if there was ever any doubt that anything can beat the Elise, that's just been answered. The answer is yes. It absolutely can be beaten by something. Again, you know, at this point it's just a case of how much can we beat it by. I think realistically we could get really quick with this. It is so good. It really is. It's, you know, again, it's been a while since I've driven the Elise. The Elise probably, if I had to guess, is slightly better handling, but this is just... the speed is unreal. The cornering grip is insane. Everything about it is just monstrous. Admittedly, I will say the one thing, I think this car does have an advantage in that it does actually have a front aero. I can't remember if the Elise did or not. The Elise definitely had rear aero, I do remember that, but front aero I'm not too sure. So there's something worth bearing in mind, but yeah. Again, it's done it. Can we make it do it anymore? Sorry if there's no commentary during this, but that first bit was a bit messy, but I'm so lucky to have not hit that wall. Whew. It's just insane how much speed and grip there is in this thing. It is a ludicrous car, it really is. Messed up that corner a bit, I'll be honest, the good old, I forgot the name of it now. Glasgow Smile, I think we called it. That was a good section. Getting on that power was not so good. Come on. Point in the correct direction. Not quite. Again, I'd sort of lost it a little bit on that final bit. This could probably get a 129 if you really pushed it, but it had a job, and it did do that job, and it actually did it quite well as well. The Elise GT1 has finally been dethroned. I didn't think I'd ever say those words, but there was one car that could do it, and it was the CLK GTR. I'll take that. I will take that. Again, I'm a little bit irritated because that lap, there's just a few sections in there. I really could have been quicker. That last one was going pretty well. A little bit sort of sketchy on some power deliveries through Sector 3 though, kind of ruined it. But again, I mean, I can't be too angry because this car had a job, and it certainly did that job very, very well. Yeah, an excellent car. So, the CLK GTR 130.592. It beats the Elise GT1 by 0.7 of a second. It is 3.5 seconds up on the FXXK. It's 4 seconds up on the Transit Supervan. And again, they're not slow cars. You know, it's just there's fast cars, and then there's really fast cars, and the CLK and the Elise, they sit in that bracket. So yeah, very impressive. So that's it as far as Silly Car Showdown's concerned for now. Again, as I've said, we may return when a really interesting car gets added, but you know, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think there was any better way we could send off the series than finally dethroning the champion. But congratulations to the Elise GT1 for being champion for so long. You know, the Elise is an incredible car, but something had to give, and it gave. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching this edition of Silly Car Showdown. Indeed, if you've watched any Silly Car Showdowns in the past, there is a link in the description. Oh, sorry, link in the description. There's a playlist on this channel. I've actually put them in their own separate playlist now, the Silly Car Showdown, so you can watch them all from the start, including the ones that now have thumbnails. So that's nice. And yeah, again, as I said, if something really catches my imagination and restarts this, then we'll come ahead and do this once again. But for now, that's it. I might have something more planned for Horizon 4. We'll have to see how scheduling and stuff goes. But for now, thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, farewell.